Recap in minutes. Today we will be going through a war and drama movie from 2018 named Indivisible. There will be spoilers ahead in this video, so chill out and enjoy. The movie begins showing some kids playing a war game in the house. Their mother Heather Turner and father Darren Turner join them too. Suddenly they hear a noise from their neighbors. They come out and see a scene from them. The neighbor's wife was having arguments with his husband over his addiction to drinking. She tells him that she will not let him in to see their daughters. After this, news came on the screen of television when President Bush was announcing to deploy more troops in Iraq. Heather watches the news anxiously. The next moment, Turner goes to his base in Fort Stewart in Georgia. He meets Chaplain Rogers and tells him that he is on the list to go to Iraq. Rogers expresses his concern for him, that he should have finished his non-combat experience first before going to the war zone. He says that they will deploy him in the surge unit, where he will have to be moving all day into the tripwires, snipers, and roads with IEDs. He replies that he signed up to be where the need is. In the next scene, he comes home and arranges a small party for the neighbors. Now the neighbors they saw the other day come there too. They introduce themselves to Turner and Heather. When Turner finds out that he is a major in the army and was deployed to Iraq, he tells him that he would love to have his advice before going there. Major Lewis says just leave the heart at home when you are out there. After some time, they all come to the base to go to Iraq. Turner gives a coin to his daughter before leaving. Their family members of the boarding troops emotionally see them off with heavy hearts. In the next scene, Lieutenant Colonel Jacobson welcomes them all at the forward base, Falcon. Jacobson introduces Turner to another chaplain, Major North, and asks him about his family and life back in America. He tells him that he has kids and a wife with a well-balanced life. Now he shows him the files of the divorces from the last 3 months. He warns him saying that the soldiers are losing their families, because they cannot get out of there anytime soon. He says that these are the concerns he should be aware of. Turner does not take it seriously and lets it go. After that, Major North guides him to his tent. He gets into his tent and takes another coin from the box. He goes to the military phone facilitation booth and talks to his family. At night, he cannot sleep because of the continuous fires and mortars outside of his tent. In the morning, he takes his goofy pictures for his kids, but is interrupted by Sergeant Shonda Peterson. She tells him that Lieutenant Colonel Jacobson is not in the camp, so she has taken the deliveries from the family here. In the next scene, they all pack in a military Humvee and go out from the base. When they were on their way, suddenly someone shot at their Humvee. They retaliate against this attack and move on. After this, they come back to the base and the lieutenant colonel gets informed about an RPG attack on his soldiers. Heather watches the news of an attack on the soldiers of Fort Stewart. They tell that 2 soldiers have been hit in Baghdad by the Iraqi insurgents. She gets very anxious. Meanwhile, her neighbor Tanya arrives. She takes her to Cosgrove's wife, who has died in Baghdad. On the other hand, Turner goes to the deceased's tent to offer his condolences to his teammates. He sits there and asks about the death of his friend Cosgrove and how he died. They all tell him how he lived with them and how he died in action. He says sorry to them for the loss of a friend and leaves. After some time, Turner talks to his wife on the phone and asks her to send some Christmas stockings to him. She asks her the quantity and gets surprised when he says he needs 1,000. She says she will involve some other wives too for this work. After that, Turner and Michael talk about their wives and routines on the baseball court. Michael thanks Turner for helping him to get closer to his family. The scene shifts to Turner and his troops at the Camp Bucca. He sits with Sergeant Shonda and talks about her kid. Meanwhile, their camp gets hit by mortars from the insurgents. Turner and Shonda run from there to hide somewhere in the camp. Their companion troop asks for help to take them to the bunker. Meanwhile, Sergeant Shonda tells him to move when she moves. Now their team of Major Lewis arrives there and takes them to the bunker. Sergeant Shonda thanks Major for saving them. The next day, Shonda comes to his tent while he was taking silly photos for his children. He leaves the chair for her and asks her to read her kid's favorite book to him on the camera. She hesitates but agrees later. She reads their book on the camera and tells her kid that she misses him. Turner also calls his wife on the phone. But she does not talk to him as she used to do before. She suspects him of being changed over there in Iraq. She hangs up the call shortly after telling him that she is having his parents at home. The next morning, Lieutenant Colonel Jacobson briefs them on a new mission to transport some former Sunni insurgents from Al-Sakr province to Petrol Base Hawks. They get on the road after the briefing. Major Lewis starts having fun with his driver on their way. After some time, they reached Al-Sakr province on the outskirts of Baghdad. They look for their guide to the insurgents. They found him after a while when he was weaving them with a mirror. They follow him. Major suspects something wrong on their way to escort the insurgents. He wires everyone to be alert for any kind of action. When they reach the spot, they see an abandoned bus. They have to take them from that spot, but no one comes out. Suddenly, Al-Qaeda terrorists start firing on them. They surround them and shoot RPGs at them too. Somehow, they all succeed to get out of there. When they get in a safe zone, Turner gets a call from his wife Heather. She tells him that Ellie had an asthma attack when she was in the maze. He gets angry at her for not looking at her properly. Both of them excuse their arguments and hang up. After some time, they celebrate the Christmas party at the base. Lieutenant Colonel Jacobson plays Santa in their party. On the other hand, Heather has his parents at home on Christmas. Heather misses Turner at home. After some time, Major Lewis and his men get ready to go on a patrolling mission around the base. Turner reads the Bible to them before going. He and Shonda come to his tent after their departure. When they come out to go for a walk, the lieutenant colonel asks Turner to walk with him. He tells him that his friend Lance Bradley. Turner asks him about his other friend Major Lewis. The colonel tells him that he has lost his legs. He goes to the hospital later and takes care of Lewis. Heather goes to Tanya and tries to calm her down. When the year completes, Turner and his men return home. He leaves the base watching some new troops coming to the base. When he reaches back to America, Heather and their children welcome him back home. When he reaches the home, he gets gloomy when he sees his neighbor Major Lewis's house. Heather comes to him and says, Tanya and their girls left the house last night to join Michael at Walter Reed. He remembers Michael Lewis when he saved him at the camp. At night, Heather comes to him asking him why he is not sleeping in bed. He says that let him stay awake. The next morning, Major Lewis meets his girls, and says that he is sorry for his previous behavior. He says he will do the right things which they love. He pledges to them that he will be the kind of man that they will be proud of. At night, Turner again has a panic attack about his time of the attack in Al-Sakr province. Heather gets shocked by his reactions. He remains silent all day and sits alone on the lawn. He does not care about his children and wife. One day, he comes into the kitchen to have water. He breaks the glass when he does not find the water bottle. She rushes to see his hand, but he turns and says that he is going to the base to get stitches. Now, Heather starts arguing about his behavior. She says she is already doing fine on her own for the past 17 months. When he hears 17, he asks her why she is ignoring him. He is back. But she realizes to him that he is not there with her, or with the kids after coming back home. She tells him that she is patient and compassionate. She is bearing him and raising their 3 children partnerless. He gets angry at her when she says that she needs him for their children. He leaves her there and goes to the base for the stitches. The next morning, he sees his kids reading his personal diary. He begins to shout at them for reading his military things. He chides the kids to stay away from his stuff. Heather runs to protect the kids. She yells at him to get out of the house immediately. The next moment, he comes to the base and meets Chaplain Rogers. He tells him his story of a disturbed mind. He tells him about his failures to save his friends in Iraq. He asks for his help to get him out of this situation. He suggests that he should go to a nursery and work there for some time. In the next scene, Turner goes to the nursery. The farm owner asks him if he can do his work. He assures him of his responsibility and agrees to work there. After some time, Heather also comes to Chaplain Rogers in the camp, and tells him the story of Turner being distant from the family. She tells him that she cannot handle his distance and silence from her and their family. Rogers suggests to them that they should think about their good memories. He asks Heather to give Turner some time to get out of this post-traumatic stress condition. She readily agrees to give him all of her time, and tells him that she understands his pain, fear, anger, and anxiety. They leave afterward. One day, Major Lewis surprisingly visits the nursery where Turner works. They talk about their families and women. Now Lewis asks him what is his problem with his family, and why he is angry with them. Turner ignores him and says that he is just alright. Lewis tells him that their wives are friends, so he knows everything. When Lewis gets angry at him, he starts to open up. He tells him that God did not save Cosgrave and his legs. He let many people die there. Lewis stops him and says do not lose his faith on account of him, and his friend Lance. He asks him to call Heather and get back to the family. After some time, he goes to their kid Ellie's school, and tells them about his feelings for the family. He offers flowers to his wife and thanks her for being patient all the time. He builds a wooden toy fort for their children. The kids get surprised to see that on their lawn. Heather arranges a candlelight dinner for him at home. After 1 year, Chaplain Rogers comes to his nursery, and asks him to get back to the army. He offers that they will make him a captain. Turner refuses, saying that he cannot serve anymore. When he comes back home, his wife Heather tells him that she called Rogers and he will be going back to the army. He hesitates but agrees eventually. The movie ends when Roger announces his name in the hall to receive a Bronze Star medal. Turner speaks to the audience, and shares his memories of his time in Iraq. He thanks the support from his family and military. He pledges to continue his service for the nation as he has been asked. After the speech, he gets a pleasant surprise in the hallway, when Major Lewis comes toward him walking on an artificial leg. Thanks for watching. Subscribe Recap in Minutes for more videos like this, and help the channel grow.